Iron and Infrastructure Podcast Introduction. The podcast that ties together fitness and construction, shifting the industry narrative and giving insight on how to become a business owner while living life under the bar, weightlifting, personal development, the infrastructure industry, and how to merge the two worlds to achieve prosperity. Now introducing your host, Jacob Emery. All stand and applaud, please.
This episode is brought to you by R&R Pipeline, an infrastructure company. Our purpose? Enhancing America's infrastructure with a safety-driven, integrity-led culture that provides an environment for team members to grow and thrive. Top Fuel 5. So today I want to talk about the power and your foundation. So my grandparents, God bless their souls, created a foundation in me that has kept me strong for all these years and has been one of the main reasons why I am where I'm at today. So I didn't realize it for years, but my grandma always used to say, wherever you go, there you are. And I never really knew what she meant by that until I got a little bit older. And then I started to kind of understand it a little bit. Whatever you do in life, whatever road you decide to walk down, the place that you end up is the place that you chose to go. Regardless if it's good or bad, quite literally, wherever you go, there you are. Your decisions, your choices, your attitude, your effort, all of those things will determine the outcome for you. What you apply yourself in, what you consume, the people you hang around, all of the things around you are going to dictate where you go. My grandma is one of the strongest humans I've ever met. I love her to death. She's absolutely been a foundational staple for me. And she provided that lesson at such a young age, and I'm not sure if she even understands the impact that she had on my life from the time I was a young man or a young boy to becoming a young man to now being an adult. She put something in me to be a good man, but not a nice guy. She showcased by her actions and what she had always talked about, and keeping her faith as a foundation for everything that she did. She showcased love in a way that I will never be able to express. And I'm so grateful for the time that we had together. She's 80-some years old. She's still kicking butt every day. And I'm so grateful for the memories that we have together. My grandpa, he taught me how to be a good man. He taught me how to have a foundation of hard work, how to not waver on your morals, on your values, to put your family first, and to make sure at the end of the day that you're a good man. But my grandpa will be the first one to tell you he probably hasn't always been a real nice guy when someone challenged him in his faith or what he believes in. If you mess with the bull, sometimes you'll get the horns. And my grandpa will stand up and protect what's right, and protect his family, and protect what he feels needs to be done when it needs to be done. Both of them are kind of a no BS type of, foundation. They are absolutely incredible with helping others and what they've done. And both of them have been mentors to their church community, their friends, leaders. The one thing that I admire the most is my grandpa, at an early 18 to 20-year-old young man, had a good factory job and had already topped out at a spot where he was faced with 10 years before he could go anywhere. And after he was told that by his then boss, he put in a 2 weeks notice, because that was not going to work for him. He was not going to wait 10 years to take the next spot. If he deserved that spot, he was going to take it, or he was going to go do something else. So he went and did something else. He went against the grain, of what his father had wanted him to do. He didn't play it safe, but he knew the only safe bet that he had was to bet on himself, and he did that, and he paved the road for me. And I'm forever grateful, because down the road, through the years of listening to his stories and watching his action, I was able to pave my own path and create my own journey in a different way for our life. And I think one of the most satisfying things that I've ever done in my entire life was sit down with my grandpa and have the absolute honor to interview him. And we went back and forth for an hour and a half, and he told some stories, not a lot, but some. But I didn't know he was writing a book. I didn't know he had done a lot of the things that he had accomplished in his life. And I've finally realized, like, me and him are so similar in what we've done and what we desire to have. Complete blessing to have him in my life. He is the one that does the introduction for the podcast. He introduces me. It's such a privilege to have him in my life and have him be kind of the foundation of what good looks like, of what hard work looks like, of what a leader of a family looks like. My grandpa changed the Emery name and went against everything that he was taught to do. Went against the grain completely. And he supported me throughout my journey and me going against the grain, because I followed in his footsteps a lot. Absolute foundation built by my grandparents. There's a quote that I told my grandpa that I wanted him to read, and one of the main reasons I wanted him on the show, or to interview him, it's not on the show yet, but I wanted to interview him because of what he's done for everybody else. And I think that's where my true passion comes from, helping others, is from my grandpa. You die twice. Once when they bury you in the grave, and the second time is the last time that somebody says your name. And when I heard that quote, I knew instantly I have to interview my grandpa because of his impact on community from mid 1900s until present. Still today, having an impact on his church, on the friends that he has around him, on family members like myself. Still being a leader at 80 some years old. It's so important to understand where you come from and have a reflection on what your journey has looked like, to understand what your destination or your next destination will be. Reflection for me has been something that in the last couple of years I've really been able to hone in on, and looking back at scenarios has helped me progress forward faster. It's been absolutely incredible to be able to reflect and have gratitude and appreciate the past for who we are in the present, but also appreciate the past for where we're going in the future. But all of that stems from your foundation. And my foundation was built from Jack and Alice Emery. Grandma and Grandpa Emery, I love you so much, you have no idea. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Reflect, have gratitude on your foundation. Such a great, great foundation that I had the privilege of being instilled with, and I'm forever, forever grateful for Grandma and Grandpa Emery.